If you're dreaming of warm weather, frozen drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere, this resort might be calling your name. Let me show you around Margaritaville Island Reserve, Riviera Maya. It's an adults-only, all-inclusive resort located just 15 minutes away from the Cancun International Airport. It's a small resort. You can see everything in the frame here, but it's definitely not a boutique resort. It's just compact. And I say it's not a boutique resort because they have over 350 suites. This property has 4 restaurants, 4 bars, a brewery, a spa, a fitness center, a coffee shop, 2 swim-up bars. And this resort is definitely for my pool lovers. This is not a place for my beach lovers. This resort actually does not really have a beach, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Let's start with the bars. This is the Salted Rim Lobby Bar, and it's open from noon until 11 p.m. And this is where you're going to get your craft cocktails made. It's such a great place to have a pre or a post dinner drink. Moving outside, we'll go to the License to Chill Bar. This is open from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And I know we're talking about bars right now, but they do serve food here, and it was my favorite place to grab lunch. It's very chill. You just go in your bathing suit. They serve things like hot dogs, tacos, tostadas, salads, things like that. Here's the first swim up bar. This is the SOS swim up bar, and it's open from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And if you're interested in a drink making or food making activity, those happen on the dry side of the bar, and it's a lot of fun. It does get pretty busy. I recommend going at least 5 minutes before the start time to claim your spot. Last but not least is the 5 o'clock somewhere bar, and it's open from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. and it's located at the main pool, and they have some cool swings at their swim up bar here. Let's move inside now and talk about the rooms, and there's a lot of them. I think there's something like 13 different room types here. We went with the King Paradise swim up suite, and in my opinion, since this is a pool lovers resort, the swim out suite is the best option to go with. Now, there are quite a few different swim out suites here. On the ground level, there are 2 different swim out suites to choose from, and then there are also different swim out suites on the upper level. So you're going to have to think about what your budget is, where you want your room location to be, if you want a view of any kind. But I definitely love the swim out suites. You don't have to worry about saving a chair. You can go in and use your own bathroom. You can plug your phone in. It's just a really, really good location, and we totally loved this room type. And since we've ended up back outside talking about the pools, I should mention that there are 3 of them. There is the main pool located up front, and then there's 2 smaller pools located on the outskirts of the resort. And as you can see, the resort is sort of shaped as a U. And as I mentioned earlier, this is definitely a pool lovers resort. It is not for people looking for the beach. The beaches in this general area aren't typically great. However, this resort does not have a beach at all. You'll be able to see that the ocean water comes right up to the retaining wall. They did used to have a small sandy beach, but that was totally washed away by a hurricane a few years ago, and now the water just comes up to the retaining wall. So, like I said, this is not a place for people that want to lay out on the beach all day. Now, if that is your thing, but you do still like this resort, there are other options. You can do some day trips to other areas. You can visit beach clubs. But if you want to be at a resort that has a beach, this is not it. And I do also want to say that we visited in June of 2025, and you'll see that the sargassum and seaweed is very, very thick, and that's a bit uncommon. While this area is prone to getting sargassum and seaweed, 2025 here we are having record-breaking amounts, so you can expect that there's going to be sargassum during your stay, but it likely will not be this bad. And the resort obviously knows that they don't have a beach and that they need to keep their guests entertained by other ways, and I would say that they offer things very typical of other resorts: water volleyball, Zumba, ping pong, cornhole, things like that. Let's talk about one of the most important things now, the food. And I'm going to start with my favorite place, which was Landshark Brewery and Grill. I thought this was such a cool concept and something that not many resorts can say that they have. They actually brew beer on site and they have 4 different beers to choose from. This is open from 11:30 a.m. until 1 a.m. So this is where all the late night happenings are going on. And I know I didn't mention this in the bars section, but they do have a full bar here. It's not just beer. And they have a really great food menu. I highly recommend the ribs here. Those were melt in your mouth. They have a brewmaster that's on site. They do brewery tours. They actually have an upstairs here as well. So this is a really big area, and they have a pool table. Overall, I thought this was a really, really fun spot and actually one of the places that drew us to this resort. Next up is the Italian restaurant, Frank and Lola's. That's open from 5:30 to 10 p.m. It does require dinner reservations, so you'll make those when you arrive. You cannot make those prior to your arrival. I was pleasantly surprised to see that they made their own pasta and also their own pizza dough, and also they had some flaming desserts. The final a la carte dinner restaurant is the JWB Steakhouse, and that is open from 6 to 10 p.m. It does require dinner reservations, and just like the Italian restaurant, you cannot make that in advance of your arrival. You would make that when you arrive to the resort. It's a good time to also mention the dress code. It's very casual at this resort, so men do not need long pants and they do not need a collared shirt. Just make sure that you look nice and presentable for dinner. And lastly, we have the Boathouse, which is the buffet. For breakfast, it's open from 7 to 11 a.m. Lunch is 12:30 to 3 p.m. and then dinner is 6 to 10 p.m. It is not open for dinner every single night. It's going to be based on occupancy. During my week, it was open 5 out of the 7 nights, and the menu does rotate when it's open for dinner. So one night it will be Italian, then Mexican, then Asian, then Caribbean, etc. And there are no dinner reservations for this. You're just going to walk up and it's first come, first serve. And I almost forgot, the resort does offer 24-hour room service, so that is available to you as well. Up next is Joe Merchants, and this is a coffee shop and a place to come and get provisions. It's open from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. and the coffee shop is included with your all-inclusive stay. It's going to feature hot and cold coffee drinks and a variety of snacks. Those are going to change throughout the day. So in the morning, they'll have more sweet breakfast items, and then in the afternoon, they'll have more sandwich items. And then on the other side is where you're going to stock your mini bar. So here the resort does things a little bit differently than other resorts do. Your mini bar when you arrive is only going to have water in it. The water is going to be restocked daily, and then you're going to come in here and shop. When you arrive, you're given points, and that's what you're going to use to restock and customize your mini bar. And the points are determined based on your room category booked and your length of stay. So you'll come in here and you'll purchase your drinks and your snacks and make your mini bar 100% your own. When you're ready to work off all the yummy food and drinks that you've enjoyed, you can head over to the Fins Up Fitness Center, and I found this very well equipped. They had a good amount of weights and cardio equipment. They also had a nice outdoor terrace, so if you wanted to do yoga or stretching outside, you're able to do that. There is the spa right next door. We didn't go there, so I don't have any footage from that. They have 2 pickleball courts outside, and the balls and paddles are there for you to use. And one day a week, they actually do a glow-in-the-dark pickleball tournament, so I think that's pretty cool. They also have shuffleboard over here as well. The last thing that I want to talk about is the evening entertainment. It's pretty low-key. They do things like karaoke, have live music, a DJ, things like that. And if you're interested in booking this resort with a travel agent, I would love to help you. You can reach out to me on my website at memoriesandmojitos.com, submit a quote request, and we'll figure out what the best room type is for you. And coming up very soon is going to be our full vlog from this resort, where we're going to show you our 3-night stay, and then after that is going to be a review vlog, which is going to tell you what we liked and we disliked about this resort. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in another video soon. Bye!